how are you? I hope all are good. Today, let me start SST chapter number 10. Land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. यानी कि हमारी मिट्टी, भूमि, मिट्टी, पानी, नेचुरल जो हम वेजिटेशन करते हैं और वाइल्ड लाइफ रिसोर्सेस. लेट्स बिगिन. सबसे पहले बात करेंगे हम लैंड रिसोर्सेज की. लैंड कवर्स अबाउट 29% ऑफ द टोटल एरियाज ऑफ द अर्थ सरफेस. तो लैंड जो है कितना है हमारी पृथ्वी पे, कितना 29% है. ठीक है. एंड ऑफ दिस स्मॉल परसेंटेज अ लार्ज पार्ट इज नॉट habitable because it is ice or snow, covered, rugged or steep, climatically unstable, waterlogged forest or a desert. The quality and distribution of land, its location has a major role in deciding its usage. Factor affecting land use. अब भूमि कहाँ पे कैसे यूज हो रही है, आइए उसके बारे में जानते हैं हम लोग. Land use pattern is determined by physical, human, cultural and economic factor. तो जो भूमि जो है, जो लैंड यूज होती है, उसका पैटर्न क्या है, किसके अकॉर्डिंग है, फिजिकल, ह्यूमन, है ना, व्यक्तियों के अनुसार, उसके उनके कल्चर के अनुसार और उनकी जो है आर्थिक जो वो है एरिया, उससे आर्थिक क्षेत्र की दृष्टि से. फिजिकल फैक्टर्स लाइक टोपोग्राफी, soil, climate, water distribution of rocks and minerals are important determinants of land use. For example, flat land with abundant water and rainfall is more suited for growing crops. जो flat land होती है, जिसमें बारिश अच्छी होती है, जहाँ पे है ना, और पानी की वहाँ पे कमी नहीं होती, तो वो सबसे ज़्यादा फार्मिंग के लिए यानी कि खेती के लिए यूजफुल होता है. Such as areas of northern India, so West Bengal and the Deccan Plateau. Human and economic factors such as development, education, medical facilities and government policies play a vital role in changing the pattern of land use. Urban areas provide better job opportunities, economic growth, higher education, recreational facilities and thus are more developed. It will be observed that fertile river valleys and plains are the most populated areas of the world, especially in tropical and subtropical regions of the world, because they are suitable for agriculture. किसके लिए? एग्रीकल्चर, यानी कि खेती के लिए ये जगह ठीक रहती है और उपजाऊ होती है. So over 66% of the world's population is concentrated in the subtropical and mid latitude zones. Nearly 50% of the world's population lives in urban areas. जो हमारी 50% जनसंख्या है वो कहाँ पे, अर्बन यानी कि शहरी क्षेत्रों में रहती है. एंड दिस फिगर इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू गो अप. These urban areas need more land for settlements, setting up of industries and other purposes which increase the pressure on land. As a result, more and more agricultural land is getting converted into urban colonies. With the increase in world population, especially in Asia and Africa, the pressure on land also increasing rapidly. More forests and grasslands are getting converted into urban lands. Land can be divided on the basis of private land and community. Private land is owned by individuals, whereas community land is owned by the community. Community land is the common property of all. तो जो community land होती है वो प्रॉपर्टी सबके लिए होती है, मतलब ऑल पब्लिक यानी कि सभी व्यक्तियों के लिए यूज होती है. लैंड डिग्रेडेशन. सॉलिड एंड लिक्विड वेस्ट इज कंस्टेंटली बीइंग डंप्ड ऑन द लैंड. तो जो सॉलिड और लिक्विड वेस्ट होता है वो कहाँ पे, लैंड पे फेंका जाता है. 23% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स यूजेबल लैंड एक्सक्लूडिंग माउंटेन्स एंड डेजर्ट हैज बीन डिग्रेडेड and its productivity has been reduced. So the main causes of the degradation are deforestation and overgrazing, agricultural mismanagement, establishment of industries and urbanization. So the large part of India, Pakistan, Egypt and the USA suffer from waterlogging and soil scarcity. Over 2 million hectares of land in the world is degraded due to improper waste disposal and landfills. जो हमारी ओवर 2 मिलियन हेक्टेयर वो है जमीन, वो आधी मतलब इतनी तो जहाँ पे कूड़ा कचरा इकट्ठा हो रहा है, जहाँ पे वेस्टेज फेंका जा रहा है, इसलिए यूज हो रही है. 1/3 of the Earth's land area, 50 million square kilometer, has been affected by desertification, especially in Asia, Africa, Latin America, North America, and in the Mediterranean region. So, in 1994, some 180 countries signed the UN Convention to combat desertification. After the Earth Summit in 1992, it came into force in 1996. So, it is important that such programs should be taken seriously to prevent soil degradation and restore the degraded land. Conservation of land resources. We need to conserve our land resources for future generations. Land use must be planned properly to provide best result. So, suitable methods should be adopted to check soil erosion, check desertification, control waterlogging, regulate the use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, reclaim water wastelands so that they are brought back to other uses, increase productivity of the land with improved farming methods such as the balanced use of manures and fertilizers, organic farming, regulated irrigation, crop rotation and multiple cropping, etc. Ensure afforestation, reclaim land, check on overgrazing. Soil resources. Soil forms the thin upper layers of the Earth's crust. It is made up of disintegrated rock and decayed remains of plants and animals in the form of humans. It also consists of moisture, air, small insects, and organisms like bacteria. Soil is a very important resource because all plants, including crops, vegetables, and trees, need soil to grow. The importance of soil lies in its fertility and its capacity to produce crops. All land creatures depend on soil directly or indirectly for their food. Though it is a renewable resource, the process of its formation is very slow. It takes thousands of years for 1 centimeter of soil to form. Soil is formed by physical and chemical weathering besides the biological process of decay of plant and animal matters. It is the ultimate product of weathering. Factors affecting soil formation. Soil formation is controlled by the following factors. 1. Nature of the parent rock from which the soil is derived determines the physical and chemical composition of the soil. Relief or topography that affects the drainage of the area. Soils are very thinly spread over mountain slopes and accumulate in deep layers in the lowlands. The temperature and precipitations are significant. Frequent changes in temperature can lead to quicker soil formation. Time is important in determining the depth of the soil and its age. Organisms present in the soil help to add humus, thereby increasing the water retention capacity of the soil. Composition of soil. Soil has organic and inorganic components. Organic elements include the decayed remains of vegetation and animals, that is humus. The inorganic elements include minerals and salt such as nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, phosphorus, calcium and iron. The upper layers of the rock gradually break up into sizable pieces. They in turn give space to smaller pieces. This process continues to give a fairly thick layer of fine-grained topsoil. This surface layer is more fertile as it contains humus, minerals, salts and soil moisture. It is made up of finer particles. The soil that lies below the topsoil is neither fully weathered nor decomposed. It does not contain much organic matter and is therefore not as fertile as the topsoil. Below the subsoil lies the weathered parent rock consisting of large rocks and gravel and weathered solid rocks like below the weathered rock. So soil degradation and conservation, what is it? Soil erosion and depletion are major threats to soil as resources. Both human and natural factors such as deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizer or पेस्टिसाइड्स, लैंडस्लाइड एंड फ्लड्स लीड टू डिग्रेडेशन ऑफ सॉइल. यानी कि जब लैंडस्लाइड होता है, ठीक है ना, फ्लड आता है, बाढ़ आती है, और कुछ उसमें जैसे जब हम खेती करते हैं, फसल बोते हैं, तो उसको उसमें कीड़े ना लगे, है ना, वो फसल पक जाए अच्छे से, बढ़िया फसल हो जाए, उसमें क्या करते हैं जो फार्मर होते हैं वो केमिकल यूज करते हैं, उसका स्प्रे करते हैं केमिकल के थ्रू ताकि कीटनाशक मर जाए. उससे क्या होता है ना, उससे जो सॉइल होती है वो डिग्रेड होती है, मतलब उसकी जो क्वालिटी है वो घट जाती है, वो अच्छी नहीं होती है. फिर soil conservation is an effort put in by people to conserve the fertility of soil and prevent soil erosion. Following steps should be taken to conserve soil. अब कैसे हम उसको कंजर्व कर सकते हैं सॉइल को? मल्चिंग. So mulching is the layer of organic matter like straw that covers the bare ground between plants, helps to retain soil moisture. Contour barriers. Barriers are built along the contours using stones, grass, soil, etc. Trenches are made in front of the barriers to collect water. Rock dam. Small barriers or dams are constructed from stones, sand, gravel, or other durable materials across a drainage way. In this, rocks are filled up to slow down the flow of water. This prevents gullies and further soil loss. ठीक है ना. अब क्या होता है इसमें? टेरेस फार्मिंग क्या होती है? टेरेस फार्मिंग मीन्स यानी कि जैसे छत पे कर लेते हैं ना, ब्रॉड फ्लैट स्टेप terraces are made on the steep slopes of mountains to provide surface to grow crops. So terraces reduce surface runoff and soil erosion. अब उससे क्या होगा ना, जो मिट्टी है वो वेस्ट नहीं होगी. Intercropping, this is mulching, contour barriers, rock dam and terrace farming. और ये जो टेरेस फार्मिंग होती है ना, ये ज्यादातर माउंटेन्स पे होते हैं, हिल्स पे, पहाड़ियों पे होती है. इंटरक्रॉपिंग, व्हाट इज इट? सो different crops are grown in alternate rows and are sown at different times to protect the soil from washing away in the rains. Shelter belts. Rows of trees are planted to check the wind movement to protect soil cover in the coastal and dry regions. Counterploy. It means a plowing of a land along the contour in a parallel way instead of up and down the slopes. This prevents soil erosion. Water is a vital renewable resource. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. The Earth has both saline and fresh water. The saline water present in the seas and ocean is unfit for drinking. तो जो सी है, जो महासागरों का, समुद्र का पानी, वो क्या है? वो पीने योग्य नहीं है हमारे, है ना. तो the ocean and seas accounts for about 97% of the Earth's water, while fresh water accounts for only about 3%. तो जो फ्रेश वाटर है, जो पीने का साफ पानी, वो कितना है? ओनली 3% है. सो नियर बाई 70% ऑफ द फ्रेश वाटर इज फाउंड ऑन द अर्थ एज आइस कैप्स एंड ग्लेशियर्स इन अंटार्कटिका. जो बर्फ की मोटी मोटी परतें होती हैं, कुछ हिस्सा उससे है. ग्रीनलैंड एंड माउंटेन रीजन्स, बट दिस वाटर इज एक्सेसिबल ड्यू टू इट्स लोकेशन. Only 1% of fresh water is easily available and fit for human use. It is found as groundwater, surface water in rivers and lakes, and water vapor in the atmosphere. So, fresh water is therefore the most precious substance on the earth. The total volume of water remains constant in nature because of the continuous water cycle. We use a huge amount of water not only for drinking and washing, but also for some other purpose like agriculture, industries, for generating electricity through reservoirs of dams, etc. The major factors leading to the shortage in supply of fresh water are increasing population, rising demands for food and cash crops, increasing urbanization, and rising standards of living. Conservation of water resources. As water is very important for our survival, immediate steps have to be taken to conserve it. If strict actions are not taken, then most of the countries of the world, especially developing countries like India, will face acute water shortage in the near future. In many parts of India, people have to walk long distances to fetch water. Water for agriculture is also not adequate. It is therefore very important that we use the water available to us in an economical manner. The following measures can help in conserving water. 1. Afforestation helps check runoff rainwater and to let the rainwater seep underground, यानी कि जो बारिश का पानी है उसको बचा मतलब वो करके रखना, स्टोर करके रखना. Restoration of ponds, tanks and lakes so that they can store rainwater. Switching to organic farming and dry farming. Promoting sprinkler and drip irrigation as these methods check water loss through seepage and evaporation. Water seepage in canals used for irrigation can be minimized by lining them properly. Recycling water, which is used for cooling pipes in power plants. Checking leaking and defective pipes regularly as loss of water occurs mainly because of these two defects. Utilizing kitchen water for watering the plants. Educating people to use bucket instead of those pipes to wash their vehicles. होता है ना, बहुत से लोग पाइप लेके घंटों घंटों गाड़ियां धोते हैं, बाइक धोते हैं, है ना, स्कूटर धोते हैं. तो बकेट का यूज करें तो ज्यादा बेटर होगा, क्योंकि पाइप से क्या होता है, वाटर ज्यादा वेस्ट होता है. लेट वी स्टार्ट. नेचुरल वेजिटेशन. Natural vegetation is a valuable resource that is vital for the existence of human beings and organisms on the earth. So, natural vegetation refers to the plant life that grows naturally in an area without human interventions. So, plants and animals are dependent on each other. जो plants और animals होते हैं वो एक दूसरे पर निर्भर होते हैं for their survival. The area where plants and animals interact in accordance with their physical environment is known as ecosystem. As in, तो किस नाम से बुलाते हैं उसको ecosystem. Natural vegetation is useful for us in many ways. So 1, we get timber, firewood, medicines, lard, paper, resins, herbs, fruits, nuts, gum. तो कहाँ से मिलती हैं सारी चीजें हमें? By tree, यानी from trees. Trees produce oxygen that our living beings need for breathing. Trees give shelter to animals. They act as shelter belts. They prevent soil erosion and conserve the topsoil, which is essential for growing crops. They help us in the conservation of underground water. They also help in maintaining the temperature of the earth. तो जो हमारा पृथ्वी का जो टेम्परेचर है ना, उसको वो मदद करते हैं हमारी. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ नेचुरल वेजिटेशन. द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ नेचुरल वेजिटेशन डिपेंड, वो किस पे डिपेंड करता है? ऑन वेरियस फैक्टर्स लाइक टेम्परेचर, एल्टीट्यूड, सनलाइट, टाइप ऑफ सॉइल, मॉइस्चर, रेनफॉल एटसेट्रा. तो टेम्परेचर डिपेंड करता है सनलाइट पे, टाइप ऑफ सॉइल पे, मॉइस्चर पे, रेनफॉल पे. सो द टू मेन फैक्टर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ग्रोथ ऑफ vegetation are temperature and moisture. So vegetation is grouped into 4 major types forest. तो कौन कौन से? ग्रासलैंड, स्क्रब्स एंड, तो जो 4 उसमें डिवाइड है किसमें? फॉरेस्ट यानी जंगल, ग्रासलैंड होते हैं ये, स्क्रब्स, और लास्ट वन इज टुंड्रा. Natural vegetation in India. Indian forests are as diverse as India's climatic and physical conditions. Mountain vegetation is mainly found in high mountain ranges. So the low temperature here supports the growth of trees like pine, spruce, shir, deodar and birch. Tropical evergreen forests are found in areas with heavy rainfall such as the western coastal plains and northeast India. Trees like mahogany, ebony, rubber, etc. are found in these forests. Monsoon deciduous forests are found in places that receive moderate to heavy rainfall. So trees found in these forests are sal, teak and bamboo. है ना? Tidal or mangrove forests are found in low-lying delta region. Sundarban Delta has the largest mangrove forest. Desert vegetation is largely found in the Thar Desert, located in Rajasthan. Date, palm, kikar, babool and cacti are found in this region. तो ये जो प्रजाति हैं पेड़ों की ये पाई जाती है डेजर्ट में. Conservation of natural vegetation. We have already learned about the usefulness of forests. Unfortunately, man is destroying them for a number of reasons. Trees are burned, felled and forests are cleared to make land available for agriculture, industries and settlements, and also to obtain fuel from wood. So, overpopulation has further increased this problem. Other natural factors like storms, forest fires, floods, droughts, insects and diseases also destroy forests. So this felling of trees and reduction of forest cover is called deforestation. There are a number of harmful effects of deforestation like soil erosion, hill slopes becoming barren, increase in temperature, decrease in rainfall and destruction of wildlife habitat. There is an urgent need to stop deforestation and protect our natural vegetation from exploitation and destruction. Let's learn about some steps that can be taken to stop deforestation. Increase the area under forest cover by planting more trees or afforestation. तो हम deforestation को कैसे रोक सकते हैं कि more मतलब और ज़्यादा जो है plants लगाए जाएं. Declare cutting or destroying of trees an illegal activity. कि पेड़ों को unnecessary ना काटा जाए, उसके खिलाफ legal action लिया जाए जो काटता है. Punishment for people who destroyed forest. Protect forest from forest fire. आग लग जाती है ना कई बार, जंगल के जंगल तबाह हो जाते हैं. Prevent overgrazing by animals. Discourage the practice of shifting cultivation. Encourage social forestry, which involves participation of local people in planting and protecting trees for their environmental and social benefit. International agreement called CITES यानी कि Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora ensure that trade in wild plants and animals does not threaten their existence and lead to their extinction. India has a long-term plan called the National Forestry Action Program for increasing forest cover and preventing deforestation. It aims to bring 1/3 of the total land area under forest cover. One Mahotsav is another program which is celebrated every year to encourage planting of trees. Wildlife यानी कि वन्य जीवन. Wildlife includes animal, bird, insect as well as the aquatic life forms. Animals maintain ecological balance in the ecosystem. तो जो animals होते हैं ना वो हमारा ecosystem को balance करके रखते हैं. They also provide us several products such as milk, meat, hide, wool, etc. Insect like bees provide us honey. जो मधुमक्खी होती है क्या हमें provide करती है? शहद, है ना? तो birds help in pollination of flowers and play an important role as decomposer in the ecosystem. Birds feeds on insect and act as decomposer as well. Vultures, due to their ability to feed on dead animals, are called scavengers, है ना? So they are vital in cleansing the environment. तो क्या होगा जब वो मरे हुए जानवर सड़ते रहेंगे वहां पे तो मतलब गंदगी तो फैलेगी. तो वल्चर ये काम करता है उनको खा के. So all animals, whether big or small, are integral to maintain balance in the ecosystem. तो जितने भी जानवर हैं चाहे वो बड़े हैं छोटे हैं तो वो क्या करते हैं एक बैलेंस बना के रखते हैं. Conservation of wildlife. Climatic factors like flood, landslide, tsunami, forest fires and human activities like deforestation, construction and hunting of animals for their hide, tusk, horn and feathers have caused great damage to our wildlife and this has led to extinction of many animals and various species have become endangered. There is an urgent need to protect our wildlife from further damage. A number of ways can help us do this. Strict laws should be passed against hunting of animals and killing of birds. Trading in animal products like hide, skin, tusk, horns and feathers should be declared illegal. Awareness among us people to conserve forest and wildlife should be increased. School children should be encouraged to participate in programs related to conservation of wildlife. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserve for protection of wildlife should be developed. CITES, prohibited streets and animal products. It also says that conservation of vegetation and wildlife are together since animals are dependent on natural vegetation. Another international body called WWF, यानी कि World Wide Fund for Nature, promotes welfare and conservation of wildlife. So, all topics are covered here in this chapter. I hope you all are very well understand also. Okay, so we will meet your next class. Thank you.